It's midnight, and I couldn't sleep. My heart started to beat harder than usual. Nothing in a medical sense, but the thought of the future excites me in a way where the amount of possibilities that my life can go grows day by day. And the reason why I'm subjecting my thoughts, myself out there, is because of that vision and the amount of faith I have in myself because of the Lord. This quote is thrown around so much where fear kills dreams. And it's true. The lack of faith makes you more susceptible to being overcome by fear, where you start doubting in your abilities, in your person, in the person you are, and the person you've developed. Whether you're fearful of doing the actual activity, whether you're fearful of people judging you, fearful of rejection, fearful of the outcome, of not achieving an outcome, rather than flipping your mindset in a way where you start to see those situations of I can't, or what if they don't accept me, what if it doesn't work, swapping it around to what if it does work, what if she accepts me. Not that you need to be accepted by anyone, right? Only by the Lord. What if it works? And having faith for yourself and for God is what makes fear lessen and lessen the more you go throughout life. Fear kills dreams, and the only way that you can overcome fear is by having faith in the Lord. And in faith, you become stronger as a person, as an individual. I've been fearful my whole life of approaching strangers, of being myself, of doing the things I want to do because of the social impact that I may have, the negative social impact that I may have in my life. But the amount of situations that I've been in now have absolutely flooded the amount of fear that I've had in the past with the amount of faith that I have in me for doing more good than bad whenever I do want to do something. In a sense of do the things you want to do with faith. You can't rule out fear. Fear will always be there. But having faith to do the thing that you want to do, any outcome is better than no outcome. Any outcome is better than no outcome because being grateful for doing it and having a negative outcome is better than not doing it at all and not knowing what the outcome is. That is what regrets are made of. And having no regrets in this life is, I'd say, impossible. It is impossible not to have regrets. But make sure to always remember that the things that you've done in the past, the things that haunt you to this day, obviously you can't really wipe it out all in an instant when somebody says forget about it. But in a sense, always remember that the things you've done in the past do not correlate to who you will become in the future. The person you are now dictates who you become in the future and projects all of these paths that are in front of you. You have to kind of sit yourself down and reflect in your life who you were. What made you who you are now, and who you want to strive to be in the future. For example, I was an afraid, fat, small dude who all he wanted was to fit in, who wanted a good family, good friends, who wanted to be accepted by someone. And by having those things neglected from me, not neglected, by having those things denied from me, I became into a man who strives to be someone who can provide all of those things for the future people that I correlate to my son, to my wife, to my daughter, if I have one, if I have a son, if I have a daughter, if I have a wife, to my parents, to my little brothers, to my friends. And the reason why I want to be that kind of person, that people loving, God loving, calm, correlated man, is because the lack of in the past. But in a way, what I suggest to anybody is to sit yourself down, gather your thoughts, open up a notebook, and start writing. Start writing about your past. Start writing about your future. Start writing about your present. And imagine, have a vision. Imagine yourself. Imagine your future self and who you'd like to be and what they went through as of now to become the person that you want to be in the future. Write yourself down and reflect. I've calmed down, but what I said is true. Faith will always overcome fear. And reflecting from your previous mistakes, reflecting on who you are now and who you want to become in the future is one of the most important things that you have to do as an individual. Because if you continue living day by day as a zombie, as someone who just wakes up, morning routine of, hygiene and getting ready for work, coming home, escaping from reality through games, through movies, through parties and alcohol, and doing it all over again. I lost my train of thought. Anyways, those things, becoming a zombie is not an ideal thing that so many people with a vision want to become. Become an individual that thinks for themselves, that acts for themselves, takes suggestions, but doesn't ultimately falter because of social standards. And yeah.